Hello everyone, Tim Eat here, Faith Factor TV. Living on the edge, as always. If I'm not living on the edge, taking up way too much space. I hope you're having a beautiful day today. I want to invite you into a shift in perception. I've heard a lot of my friends say things like, well, I hear what you're saying, great things, positive, have a great life. You know, if I can see it, I'll believe it. And I like, no, just flip it around the other way. If you will believe it, if you will believe it in here, you will see it out here. The thoughts and the beliefs that we have, that we emotionalize, that we put emotion into, become our reality. Yours and mine. That's the way it works. This is a law. So if our thoughts are of fear and of lack and of anxiety, that is what manifests more of the same into our lives. You say, why am I smiling? Why would you be smiling about that? Because the answer is to shift it around. If our thoughts are with faith and with calmness and with just letting ourselves believe that we can do, be, and have anything that we want, and that's the key word, anything that we want, why wouldn't I be smiling? This is cause for me to smile. I want you to indulge me for a second as you're watching this here today, because you say, well, how can I watch this and do what you're getting ready to ask? Do it anyway. Just close your eyes for a second and see something with your mind, not with your eyes. Let's do this here for a second. I just did that for a short time, and even in that space, I can see something without seeing it. Do you remember when we were little boys and little girls? We played around with our little pots and pans. They were flying saucers. They were spaceships. Your dolls were talking back to you. Mom and dad are like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just playing with the spaceship. And that's fine as long as you're not bothering anybody. But then when we go to school, we're sitting in class. I remember when I was a little boy, kindergarten, first grade, teacher's like, Timmy, what did we just put up on the board? I'm like, I don't know. Timmy, you have to listen to what I'm telling you. You have to look at the board. You have to pay attention. And we start to think only with what we have on the outside, with our five senses, what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. But our faculties, especially our imagination, let us become and do and have anything that we can imagine in here. As long as we do it the right way, we can create that to happen out here. And everything that's going on in your life and my life, in our lives, has been the result of our thoughts and our habits put into action repetitively. So if we want to change that, we have to change the vibration we're in. We have to also change not just a habit. Well, I need to stop doing this. I need to stop eating bad or smoking or drinking. We need to look at all of our habits. And we can't just take out a habit and cut it out. The universe abhors. It will not put up with a vacuum, an empty space. So we have to replace that habit with another one. And our multitude, our collection of all of our habits, as we've talked about before, is our paradigm. There's actually a book written around 1990 by Joel Barker called Paradigms. And in that, we address the fact that if we're not willing to change and address our paradigm, not be able to shift and change our reality. But most of the habits that we get involved in every day, including the inability to imagine, all of a sudden we get caught up in here in the outside world. And guess what happens? Is our outside world becomes, well, my bank account tells me this is the money that I have. The money that I'm earning tells me that this is what I'm worth. But anytime we decide, we can become something completely different than that, if we so choose. If it's already good and we want it to become better, we can do it. If it's causing pain right now, we need to get out of that. They say people do things for one of two reasons in life: the need to get out of pain or the desire to gain pleasure. So if you're in any kind of pain right now and you're like, I need to get out of it, let that be a driver. Because that's the motivation, that's the inspiration part. Well, what about, I don't know how to do it. I've heard this stuff before, I've been wanting to make a change for a while. Keep paying attention, please join me, because I want to be bringing out information that talks about the how-to side. That is what I spend my time, and I have been spending my time studying, because it's just not enough for me to say that I want to be better and I've decided to. I need to know now what to do every day and be willing to do it. And that's an important part too, because if we're not willing to do it, to put in the work, sorry. And I believe, just like going to the gym, even when I was 19 years old, I decided that I was going to invest the time, the energy and focus, and the money into doing something so important as my health and something that I loved. And it's paid back dividends I can't even measure right now. Let's talk about our minds right now. Because our bodies just do what our minds tell them to. Let's just create a whole new life from our mind. Now, and I'll leave you with this as a thought for today, because I got to run. We always talk about polarity. The answer to everything is in its opposite. The opposite of creativity is routine. So if we're in a routine right now and we want to create more, better, a new life, we have to get out of the routine. Get into the uncomfortable zone. People always talk about getting out of this zone. Routine is the opposite. It's the enemy of creation. And you are a creative being, so am I. So routine, in the water, in the bay, out the window, out the door, rejected. Tim Eat here, Faith Factor TV. Take a pick. Fear or faith? I choose faith. Keep the faith, and let's apply the faith, having the best life possible. You got this. March, it's a great month. 2018, it's our best year ever so far. Will it be yours? We're already a third of the way almost through the year. A quarter of the way, 25%. 3 months go by out of 12. Sorry, my math. This is still plenty of time for you to have this best year ever. We could do it in August if we want. Let's look at all this time between now and August or September or December as time for you to get lined up, set up, get in the right mindset, and do it. Tim Eat here. I got to run. Faith Factor TV, living on the edge. I'm going over the edge. Have an awesome day. Thank you.